Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to part 2 of this month's edition of Retro Game Haul, where we check out the accessories actually. Part 1, if you haven't already checked it out, you can check out the link show them buddy, right there. You can check out the video game pickups for this month, but like I said, this is where we're going to get into the accessories, man. Anyone that knows me knows that I love retro gaming accessories, especially from the NES, SNES era, man. I just can't get enough of those because they're so zany and fun and just utterly ridiculous. So without any further ado, let's jump into it, bro. So first up, we've got a piece of a set that I've been actually working on putting together. We have the Super Mario History Soundtrack CD. I've actually got the box for this, which was only released through the Nintendo Power Rewards website. You could not buy this in a retail store, and it was the 25th anniversary of Mario, where to thank their lifelong Nintendo fans such as myself, they released a special Wii version of Super Mario All-Stars, which was originally released for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, which had Super Mario 1, 2, and 3 and Super Mario World on it, and it was kind of cool. They put together like a special commemorative box set for this that includes the soundtrack with all of the classic Mario themes, came in a nice box, and you got to play Super Mario All-Stars, which was like the greatest collection of Mario games out there on your Wii. Next up, we got a little accessory for the Game Boy, man. We got the 4-player adapter. Awesome. Which was awesome. I also have the big box for this for F1 Race, which was the first Game Boy multiplayer game outside of Tetris, the first 4-player one. But I've been wanting to get the box that actually had the accessory in it separately because, as you can see behind me, I definitely love collecting these accessories, man. I just can't seem to get enough of them. Next up, we got an original remote and sensor for the Xbox, for the DVD kit actually, so you could actually play DVD movies. I don't really need to say anything else about this. Next up, we got a local store find, my local kind of book, UCD video game store. We have a complete in-box original Sony PlayStation controller for all of $3. And it's actually a pretty good condition box. Yeah, I like collecting PlayStation accessories, man. That's definitely a market that's burgeoning. Not quite matched up to Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to get all these while I can because, well, I gotta have my accessory fix. Next up, we actually got a really cool lunchbox with pretty much everyone from the Nintendo universe, at least the Mario universe, from the Nintendo Wii era. Picked this up for just a couple of bucks, and if nothing else, it's just a shelf piece, kind of a decorative piece to go back on the cabinet back there, which I'm always in search of. So I think it's really cool in this one that they have Daisy and Peach.
And Peach, yeah.
So they have the original princess and I guess the new princess.
Yep.
You think they fight?
I think it's a weird threesome situation.
Yeah, I think Mario's trying to get both of them.
Yeah,
he's not sharing with Luigi.
No, he is not sharing. He is...
Plus, if he did, let's say he gave Princess Daisy over to Luigi, he'd be like, what, do I get your fucking throwbacks?
Yeah, well, no, I think Luigi would accept it at this point. He knows he's...
The second film.
Yeah, he knows. He knows. He'd be like, thank you for the scraplings.
Next up, we've got 4 little items that are in something that I collect that I actually really haven't shown you guys much of before. I actually like collecting old school video game VHS tapes. Before DVDs, before the internet was invented, that was pretty much how you got your video fix for what games actually looked like. I mean, you had pictures and stuff in Nintendo Power, but this was kind of a cool thing, that companies like Nintendo would send out, like when Donkey Kong Country came out, they'd send you a videotape if you were a subscriber to Nintendo Power, like showing off the game, like when Killer Instinct came out, Star Fox 64, all that stuff. It just blew your mind to get to see these things, on the screen. You get to see actual gameplay footage. So I picked up a little 4-pack here, I guess you could say, of VHS tapes in the Nintendo series. First one would be one for Yoshi's Island, which is really weird because, look at that, it comes out of the top. That's really strange. I don't know, I haven't watched this one before, but definitely a official Nintendo release as it's marked on the back with their seal of approval, so just one for the collection. Next up, we got one for Banjo-Kazooie. There are actually several different versions of this tape. This one's the one for Toys R Us, there's one for Walmart, one for Target, and one for Best Buy as well, so I guess I gotta get the rest of them. Next up, we got the one for Diddy Kong Racing from Rare. Definitely a really cool racing game. Different from Mario Kart in many respects, but a lot of fun. If you like the Donkey Kong Rare era, was what we call it, check it out. Next up, we got one for the N64, Hot News with a Z. They must be bad. It's for the 64, so just one for the collection. Okay, so as previously seen on Retro Game Haul, this is normally in the cabinet back there behind me, we have my complete in box, brand new, still in the wrapper, Mattel labeled NES Zapper. While it is really cool to have one of these brand new in the box that has been unused, it always kind of irked me that it was Mattel. So a little FYI for you guys, all of the Nintendo stuff, when marketed to our neighbors to the north, those nice folks in Canada, was slapped with a Mattel label on it. So Gyromite, even the NES video games, the original black box games, had the Mattel label on it. So if you ever find one in the wild, that basically means that it's not from America. So while it is an official Nintendo release, it's not technically an American release. That always kind of irked me, and I've always wanted to have one from America, since that's where I'm from, that's what I grew up with, so I was lucky enough to able to get one without the Mattel label. This is an official American release, NES Zapper, not new in the box, but in really good condition, still has the styrofoam in it, and I'm just really happy to have this to throw in the accessory cabinet to add to the rest of my collection.
Alright guys, remember when I told you to hold your reservations on the geekiness level or the cheesiness factor? Here you go. Pinnacle.
This is why.
This is why.
Yes, alright. So last but certainly not least, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Victor Max Stunt Master virtual reality headset for your Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. Unfortunately, not complete. It does have the box. It does not have the AC adapter, but I can acquire one of those in the manual and whatnot. And it's missing a little piece, actually, that connects to your shirt, a little rod that's basically used to hold it up. That's the stupidest. I'm going to take a... You know, we need to show them what that looks like. That's absolutely ridiculous. You know, we'll cut a picture in so that you guys can see it. That's the stupidest setup for anything that I've ever seen. Why didn't they just make it to fit your damn head?
Especially when the motherfucker weighs 30 pounds.
I know, it's ridiculous.
You know what? You should probably try that on.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, without the stick thing, there's no way in hell that this thing is going to stay on your face. I mean, it's so front heavy that you pretty much need a support just to hold it on. So when I let go with my hands, it's already wanting to fall off my face.
Wait, I got you, buddy. There you go.
Yeah, see, or you can just have a friend hold it on like this. So you just have a little display right here with, I guess they would be LCDs. I don't know how well this works. I'll let you guys know if we can get a power adapter and we can actually test this thing out. But yeah.
You need teamwork to do this.
This isn't comfortable at all. Like, I'm not going to lie. It actually kind of sucks.
It looks like it's destroying your nose.
I'd rather watch a television. we weren't ready for the future at this point.
No.
Plus, I mean, look. How do I look?
Oh, ridiculous.
Okay, well, at least my hat is on. So
yeah, the hat's on, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Victor Max Stunt Master. Well, everyone, I think that wraps up part 2 of this month's edition of Retro Game Haul. Thank you so much for sticking it out. If you have not checked out part 1, Chucky, show them where they can click the link on that. Right there. Click on part 1 to check out the games pickups up for this portion of Retro Game Haul. And, dude, I've had a lot of fun, man. I just want to say, first of all, I'm very glad to have you back here on Retro Game Haul and just be back on the couch with me. It just wouldn't be the same. You know, I mean, it just really isn't. You know, Chuck and I have been friends for a long time. We've been fellow gamers for a long time, and it's such a treat for me just to get to do this, you know, this thing that I love on YouTube, you know, share in the passion for retro games and do it with one of my very best friends. So thank you guys so much for watching, you know, us two professional jackasses, you know, get in front of the camera and just have a good old time. Chuck, I hope you've had fun.
Oh, always, man. You know I have a blast every time I'm here.
Absolutely. Well, I think we can officially say we're going to get some Retro Game Lounge out to you guys very soon.
Oh yeah, that's happening.
Yes, he's been chomping at the bit to do it. I've been chomping at the bit to do it. We got to make up for some lost time here.
Oh yeah, I got my back brace, my orthopedic shoes, my cane.
Yes.
You know, I got it all. Pain pills, we're going to do this for you.
And if all of that fails, I mean, you're basically just going to have me, like, doing this and be like, hi, I'm Chucky! You know, so I'll...
Wanna play?
Yes.
Sorry, I don't know.
Well, you know what? I'm going to let you close this one out, dude. As we always say here on Retro Game Hall.
To our fellow gamers, retro or not.
You finish it.
Oh! Game on.
See you guys next time.